The fall market is one of the most underrated opportunities in real estate. While most agents slow down and wait for the new year, smart agents are scooping up listings and setting themselves up for a huge January. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to use fall market to your advantage and get listings before the holidays and build momentum that will carry you into 2026. Hi, my name is Justin Lethby. I am your trainer, coach, and professor of real estate. And over the years, I've helped thousands of agents find opportunities and markets that others overlook. And fall is one of those hidden gems. Today, I'm going to show you 4 strategies to stand out when other agents are taking their foot off the gas. This is not the time to take your foot off the gas. This is the time to move forward and get the market started quickly. So why are fall listings so good? Why are they the gold? So here's the thing I want you to understand. There's a lot of folks, whether taught to think this way or not think this way, are starting to think about getting ready for the holidays and slowing down and taking their listing off until January, February, March, probably March, April, June, really, and give it a time off. They've gotten frustrated, whatever. The market's really pretty good right now. But here's one of the things that your clients need to think about. Yes, there are typically, especially November and December, there are less traditional showings that happen in that time. But the value of it is those showings are motivated, right? They are not just looking because they want to look. They are looking because they have relocation deadlines. They have things to be in. They have tax advantages they want to take advantage of, right? They need to be moving forward. They have families wanting to move in before the new school semester. Just because grade schools, middle schools, and high schools start in August, September doesn't mean that's when all people are starting. You have college folks that are relocating to a school at that point in time. Jobs are always changing by out there. And buyers are still out there no matter what. And sellers who list now are serious. That means few tire kickers and more motivated clients in their door. So I had this happen a lot. And I'm going to tell you one of the best things about it, especially during the holiday season, October, November, December, is your houses look great, right? So because you've already decorated for the holiday you love, you're good to go. It's ready to look, and it looks really pretty good. And that worked for me many times. I would have clients that would list in November, December. We'd only get 2, 3 showings, but always an offer. And I'm not talking about the markets today where you're selling like this and you got 5 offers. I'm talking traditional markets. By the way, I do believe coming up this year, we are going to see a more traditional market where we're going to see a slower fall. So that means you're going to have less people walking through, but the ones that walk through are great. So it saves your clients time, energy, and help. And that's what it did for me many times. So how do you do this? We want to position yourself as that go-to agent. So start building campaigns like sell before the holidays or list now, move in the new year, right? These are the kind of things that you're looking for in that market. And you can use ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, whatever, Claude, the tools that you like. So you start generating those themed graphics. I still would encourage you to stick with Canva. I think Canva does a great job for a lot of this, but you can start using this and start building those postcards and putting that stuff out there. Also, go use your market data. In our markets, we have MRED, and they give us these weekly summaries that it's a weekly summary, but it's a lot of data in there. And I can go back and show the transition that happens in the markets and how they do. So I can be hyper local, showing the reduced inventory, showing what that does for them, what the time frame is, and how it looks. And I can go and say, right now, sellers have less competition. And right now they definitely do, right? We're still more buyers than that. But don't be afraid to demonstrate how the fall, winter market gives you an even bigger advantage. So, an example, Mr. Seller, waiting until spring might feel right. But did you know you're going to be competing against twice as many listings? Right now, let me help you stand out, right? Simple, easy, quick, and you can leverage the market to your advantage. How about creating events for the holiday? Do an open house with a twist. Host a fall themed open house. Have pumpkin spice, some decor giveaways. Um, I will tell you, one of my best open houses, not necessarily related to this, was my house. My house was vacant. That I list the house that I had listed was vacant at the time, but I did essentially a vendor show with the approval of the client, and they all brought their unique selling items, and they were all holiday based, or not all, but many of them were holiday based. So it worked out really, really well. And it brought a lot of people in. This helps because you get to build not only more people into the house, but you're building that relationship with other people in the area, building community engagement. And speaking of community engagement, uh, take the old day from the pandemic, start sponsoring a trunk or treat turkey drive or a fall festival booth, build visibility as that go to local realtor. Everyone is trying to get their one last bit outdoors, trying to be out there, be there in such a way that you can't be missed. And if you do those invites, use your AI to generate your invites. Use Canva to create a quick flyer. And then use your CRMs to automate follow up with all those attendees. And always give them something. If you're going to build those follow ups, make sure you give them something. I think fall is one of the best ways to get things done in there to start marketing. And even though you don't get them listed, you're starting to build that awareness. So start thinking about prospecting in the fall. Start having those holiday database touches. Start preparing them now. Get ready today. So you could have things like send a market before the holidays email or letter. Again, have somebody help you write that for past clients for your cold leads. You could start um, text messaging and delay send. You can't go too far out, but like November and December, you can start doing a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is. You can put that out there and put those in place and start building those touches. Start having tips and tricks for that. Start having a networking event for your clients. Also, don't forget about your expired listings, not yours, the expired listings. Again, there's a lot of people that are putting things on pause. And they may have reasons for it, but it doesn't mean that you can't help and influence their thinking a little bit differently to get that position for a fall as a second chance marketing. I loved door knocking in the fall, especially around late October when you were getting in there to the weather starting to change. There's less people doing that stuff. And again, you're going to help people get more serious buyers. And are you ready to sell before the holidays? These are the conversations to have with them when you're door knocking. Just remember, what we're trying to do right now is build momentum for 2026. I want you to think about the fact that when you're doing this, you are actually trying to build energy. Great if we can get a couple listings, and you should be able to get a couple listings. But some of this is about planting seeds in your clients, in your customers, in your consumer's mind. So when they're ready in January and February, they're ready to list as well. So if you start listing in November, December, you're going to get January and February closings. But we still got to think about February, March, and April closings. So some of these things now are going to plant seeds that will help you get started in a new year, especially since you've already built those goals that we have talked about that you have to start acting on now. So if you are trying to schedule your quarter one prospecting now, build that pre-plan for January. Start making the call so you're not scrambling after the year. Market time traditionally from listing to close is somewhere between 45 and 60 days, which means if you are not prospecting early, you are already behind the game. So let me ask you, what's the one thing you're doing this fall to send out in the market? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Tell me your strategy. Tell me a tip that works for you. Tell me what you're going to try from what you heard today. I'd love to hear it. I hope you found this helpful. Give me this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe so you don't miss the next video. So from contacts to closings, tell me how you're doing this holiday season. And if you want to finish 2025 strong with a proven plan, I do have a free real estate success blueprint. Look in the descriptions below. We'll see you soon.